Little monsters.
Hello everybody, hello everybody. Hello everybody. Thanks for coming guys. My name's Greg.
I'm BJ.
And we're from Fun Kids English, and I don't know if anybody knows, we make videos and songs and books and stuff like that, and have been doing for a long time. But we don't only make content, we're also school owners. We've both had schools for 20 plus years. And a lot of the materials that we make for our own schools. Kind of the way we develop our own materials is we probably both have fairly typical kind of ACO, as I would say. And the way we think about making our materials is if they work well for us, they probably work well for a lot of other people who have ACOs in similar situations to us. And we're here to talk to you today about, we've got a new series that we've just released for kindergarten kids called Little Monsters, okay? And when we made this series, there were kind of, like I said, we make our materials for our own schools, and as school owners, not just teachers, but well, both teachers and school owners, but there are certain problems that we try and solve when we make our courses and things like that. There are three things that we really wanted to achieve when we made this course. The first one was we wanted to make it easy to teach. So we wanted to make it, for example, for schools that have relatively inexperienced teachers, that it wasn't too difficult for them to teach. And likewise, more experienced teachers can easily elaborate on the content and enrich the content and stuff like that. Obviously, being more experienced, you know how to add, enrich content and things like that. The second thing we wanted to do is we wanted to make a course that you could use straight out of the box. And by that I mean a course that, like, the skeleton curriculum for this was written probably about 15 years ago. So we've slowly been building upon this, and as we've added our music and enhanced it in different ways and all this sort of stuff, but we started using the basis of this like 15 years ago, and at that time we had to supplement a lot of what we were doing with a lot of other things, try and find a story that suited the target language or the theme that we were doing, and songs and all of this sort of stuff. And over the years we've used a lot of courses where, like, it's a good course, but you have to supplement it with a bit of this or a bit of this or a bit of this. Well, one of our goals with this was to make something that has everything, and you don't need to worry about supplementing with anything. It's all there, everything you need. And the third thing that we wanted to do was solve some problems for English schools, some problems that we have in our schools that we think probably a lot of other people do in their schools as well. And we'll talk about that a little more as we go further through, okay? So let's keep on. So we're going to do a song, but like there's only, how many of us, there's only a few of us here. Is everybody cool to do songs?
Definitely.
Yes. All right, good, cool. Let's do it. So, we like to start our classes in a fun and energetic way. Songs are a good thing to use in your classes for a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons is that songs are like signposts in classes. When we play certain songs in classes, it tells our kids where we are in the class, what we're doing and what's expected of them. And we start off our classes with what we call intro songs, and we've got lots of intro songs. This is the hello, nice to meet you song, what's your name song, how are you song, how old are you song. Lots of different varieties of songs that we can use at the beginning of our classes. Like I said, they can act as a signpost in your classes and tell your kids where we are and what we're doing, but it's also very useful language, and language that, for example, parents that send their kids to our school expect their kids to know. Really important things like, you know, what's your name, how old are you, all of that kind of stuff. But today, we're going to start off with the Nice to Meet You song. So everybody needs to stand up, and we're going to meet each other.
Hello, hello, nice to meet you. Hello, hello, nice to meet you. Hello, hello, nice to meet you. Everybody, shake, let's all shake. Shake, 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 shakety, shakety, shake. Shakety, shakety, shake, shake, shake. Hello, hello, nice to meet you. Hello, hello, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, everybody. Hop, 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 hop.
run, run.
Run, 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 run. Hello, hello, nice to meet you. Hello, hello, nice to meet you. Hello, hello, nice to meet you. Everybody jump, 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 jumpity, jumpity, jump.
Go on, jump.
Jump, 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 jump. Hello, hello, nice to meet you. Hello, hello, nice to meet you. Hello, hello, nice to meet you. Let's all shake hands.
Let's all shake hands. Let's all shake hands. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
All right. Good job, everybody. All right. Okay.
Nice to meet you.
I try not to get too excited that song because I have to speak after it and I'm not as young as I used to be. That's how I feel too. Alright, so Little Monsters, here's a quick course overview for you. So it's a 3-book English course for kindergarten aged children. There are 12 child-centered theme-based units in each book. So there's 12 units in a book, okay? And the units are to be taught 1 unit per month. Alright, so 12 units in a book, 12 months of the year. So if you start in April in your classes, traditionally like we do in Japan, Unit 1 you start in April, for example. Alright? And the books can be used in any order. This is not a level 1, level 2, level 3 kind of course. We've got a blue book, an orange book and a green book. And you can use the books in any order. Okay, and there's a reason for that, and we'll talk about that a little further along. Lots of videos in the course, there's probably about 50 videos in each book, to be honest. Okay, there's between 7 and 9 videos in a unit. And they're obviously designed, some of them are to be designed to be used in the classroom, and they're all designed to be used as home support that students can watch and study at home during classes. Audio support, I mean there's so much audio in the books, it's not funny. Audio tracks for everything. Everything has video, has audio, and there's additional audio as well. The books are full of songs, chants, target language modelling, stories, phonics, and other activities. We've got Christmas and Halloween units in each book. So for example, when you get to Unit 7 falls in October, and it's a Halloween unit, okay? Unit 9 is Christmas unit, which falls obviously in December. And this has got all of your songs and your videos and your vocabulary and your activities for those particular events. So for school owners or teachers that find it a little bit troublesome, what am I going to do this year for Christmas or Halloween or whatever, it's all done for you and it's all in the book, okay? And there's lots of downloadable teacher support materials as well. We've got flashcards, we've got audio, we've got incentive cards, we've got student cards, we've got parents' letters, we've got pretty much everything. We've thought of everything and put it all into the downloadable stuff. Okay? What's in a unit? I'm going to do this really, really quickly. So there's 4 pages in a unit, and there's 6 components in a unit. So what I mean by components is this is a component, this is a component, this is a component. There's 6 different components in a unit. All of the audio and video operates on QR code system. Okay, so in the back of the books there's QR codes where you can look at all the videos and all the audio and all that sort of stuff. So up here on the page you've got your audio track numbers for that particular component, and you've got your video track number for the entire unit. So with the video you just scan one QR code and all the video comes up in a playlist for the month, okay?
Audio, video.
So component 1 is obviously the word set or the vocabulary for the particular unit. This unit we're doing what do you have, so this is like a school supplies unit, okay? And the second component is talk time, and this is basically the target language of the unit, okay? So this is like the target language modelling aspect for the unit. There's video for all of this. This has a chant, for example. This has a video modelling the monsters talking the target language, okay? So that students can see it in context and all that sort of stuff. We'll show you all this stuff. The third component is a story, And stories we have available in, I think, 4 different formats. So this is the format that's in the book, where if you're a teacher in the class and you wanted to read this to the kids, this is not incredibly engaging for kids because they can see all the pictures on one page and that sort of stuff. So what we've done additionally with the stories is we've made tablet versions of the story, so we've expanded it all out and made new pictures, so there's like 15 pages in a book, and it makes it more interesting, and there's more things that you can do with it. There are video versions of the stories as well. Okay, so the stories have been made into videos as well. We'll show you all that kind of stuff as we go through. So that's the first 2 pages of a unit. And then on the second 2 pages over here, the 4th component, this is your supplementary language. So every unit's going to have its vocabulary and then its target language. So in this unit, the target language is what do you have? I have a nanny nanny. And that's the target language that we're trying to teach, okay? This 4th component here, which I call the supplementary language, this is basically all the essentials that parents expect their kids to know when they send them to our school. So it's going to be like numbers, colours, feelings, weather, shapes, all of these really important things that when parents send their kids to our school, the parents absolutely expect that their kids should know that. They should know colours, they should know feelings, they should know numbers, how to count, all this sort of stuff. Okay, so that's what goes in here. Down here we've got phonics. Alright, there's 3 phonemes in each unit. That's the 5th component. And we'll get into this a bit further, but let's not talk about that yet. Let's wait until we get... And then over here, the 6th component is the activity that we do in class together. That's where we get our pencils or crayons or whatever out, and we do the activity together. An important point about the activities is all the activities that have been developed so that a 3-year-old can do them. Okay? So 3-year-olds can do all of the activities. Obviously, as a teacher, if you've got 4 or 5-year-olds, you're going to enhance the language that you use with the activity, so the activity is more language rich. But all of the activities have been developed thinking about the ability of a 3-year-old to be able to do it. So everybody in kindergarten, 3, 4 and 5-year-olds, and then short, chew or chore, they can all do it. Okay? And that's basically how a unit operates. How we were talking about we want to design a course where it was easy to teach, all the units, the structure of every unit is the same. So effectively, once you know how to teach a unit, you know how to teach all the units in the book. Okay? So it's really just refining how you teach one unit, the activities that you do, and the language is going to be different in every other book, but basically how you go about teaching a unit, the structure of your class plan, all of that sort of stuff is pretty much going to be the same. Okay. Index, there's an index at the front of the book. So for example, we're doing Unit 6. So this is for your class plans in your index. We're doing school supplies this month. Our target language, what do you have? I have up. This is our supplementary language and what our phonics are. So when we're doing our class plans, we're putting all this together. It lets us know what we need to do, what our goals are for the class. And in the back of the book, on page 48, are our QR codes. Scan the top one, the complete track list for the whole book comes up with your audio and with video playlists for each month, for each unit. Scan that and the entire playlist of videos comes up for you. Okay? And there's your audio track list. And that's divided up by units. So for example, we're doing Unit 6 this month, so there's all your audio for the particular month. Let you know exactly what you need to use for what particular unit. Okay? Okay, so here let's go through, we're going to have a look at the component by component. So here, the first component is the picture dictionary, which we're doing school supplies, and this is a word set, and like I said, all of this stuff has video chants for it. So this is so our kids can learn at home. The video chants can be good to use in class as well. I like to use the video chants in my classes. I don't use them too much. I probably use them in the first 1 or 2 weeks. Because another thing with video is we have to be selective of how we use video in class. I look at video like I look at games. I don't play a game for the sake of playing a game. I play a game because it's a learning tool that's going to help me get to where I'm trying to go teaching my kids. And I look at videos in exactly the same way. People don't send their kids to my school to sit in front of a TV and watch videos for 40 minutes. But in saying that, videos can be incredibly powerful for learning when they're used in the right way and at the right time. Okay? Picture, for example, so our units are taught monthly, so in the first 1 and 2 weeks, one of our big focuses is going to be to get kids to remember the vocabulary. Right? In a course like what we're doing, the purpose of the vocabulary are just tools that we want to be able to use to teach the target language. The real goal of the unit is to get the kids proficient in the target language, okay? That's really the goal of the unit. So the vocabulary are just these tools that we're going to use to put in and out of the target language and practice the target language and be able to do activities and games and stuff like that to become better at doing the target language. So, the way I see it, the faster my kids know the vocabulary, the more time in the month I've got to move on to activities of actually practicing the target language and spending time on that. That's really where I want to be spending my time. So that's where the video chants can come in handy as well. And you'll know, like, if you use a course like this, the kids that are watching the videos at home will come into the first week and they'll know the vocabulary. Not all of our parents, anybody here who owns a school knows that different parents have different levels of proactivity as far as what they do at home and how involved they are with their kids' English and that sort of stuff. There's not a lot we can do with that. We can encourage our parents, but ultimately what they choose to do is up to them. But you'll see what a difference the kids who actually do use the videos at home and don't will make. So just to give you an example, this is a video chant from this particular unit. Let's take a look at it.
Hey there, kids. Listen carefully and repeat. Pencil.
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 Ruler.
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 Bag.
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 Bag. We're not going through the whole video, it's okay. Notebook.
Notebook.
Notebook. Okay, that's an example of the video chants. Okay, alrighty. Let's move on. So in a normal class, we'd come in and we'd be learning our vocabulary. We'd be doing vocabulary drills and stuff like that. For the purpose of time, we're not going to go through and do flashcard drills, but this is how we teach our classes. Kick off with vocabulary. We'd start off with our nice to meet you song or a hello song or whatever it might be. Go through and drill some vocabulary, maybe play a game with our vocabulary cards, particularly in the first 2 weeks, like I said. I'm going to spend more time on my vocabulary in the first 2 weeks than I am in the back 2 weeks because I want to get my kids to know the vocab. And then the more time that I spend on things like activities, which we're going to show you today, activities to practice the target language and things like stories, because as I get to the back of the unit, my kids are going to understand more of the language, and that's where things like stories are going to come into play, because the kids are going to start understanding the language and they're going to get more value from the story. So I'm going to be doing more vocabulary in the beginning, and as the month goes on, I'm going to spend less time on vocabulary and more time on actually practicing the target language and then using things like stories to get more meaning out of the language. Okay? So what have I written here? Drilling flashcards, reviewing and supplement language. So obviously when we're drilling our flashcards, what colour is it? How many are there? Do you have a? Whatever it might be. Putting in all that kind of language. Let's make it fun. Playing games such as find a card, concentration, whatever it might be. We've also got student cards, which we've made. So these are exactly the same as our flashcards, but we've made, these are downloadable. These are student cards, and we found these to be great. Every kid has their own set of cards. And with these, we've found that there's lots and lots of games that we've worked out and activities and things like that when everybody has their own student cards. And they work really, really effectively. We'll show you that. We're going to do that today. We started a bit late. I hope we can get through it. Okay, so let's say it's the first week of the month, okay? And we've done the flashcards and all that sort of stuff, and we're going to move on to where we're going to start practicing the target language, okay? We're going to do a song in class together. For the first week of the month, and only the first week of the month, I'm going to play the song So I'm going to play the video for the song that practices the target language. I'm only going to do that in week 1. Why do you think I'm going to do that in week 1?
In hope they practice at home.
That's a good reason. That's one good reason. Probably the main reason I'm going to do it is because before we move on and do the song together, I want to expose the kids to the song. I want the kids to have heard the song before we go and practice the song together. Because again, in our classes, time is the most valuable resource that we have, and we don't have enough of it. So the sooner my kids become familiar with the song, the sooner we can start using the song in a very productive way. So only in the first week I'm going to play the song video so the kids become familiar, so when we do it together, they basically know the song. Okay? And don't worry, I'm not going to play the entire video either. None of our videos are going to be played in entirety, so that's all fine. It's just to give you an idea of what it is. And you're the students, you've never heard this song before, okay? So here we go. Because after this, we're going to do an activity where we do it together.
Hi everybody. I have a pencil. Can you help me put it in my bag? I have a pencil. What do you have? I have a pencil. What do you have? I have a pencil. What do you have? Put it in my bag. Oh look. I have a ruler. Let's put it in my bag. I have a ruler, what do you have? I have a ruler, what do you have? I have a ruler, what do you have? Put it in my bag. I have a notebook too. Help me put it in my bag.
Okay, so we've done that. One thing that we focus... Thanks, man.
Thanks, Matty.
One thing that we focus on with our songs is really direct use of target language. We don't have any peripheral language going on. There's no other language that's unneeded to confuse kids and stuff like that. This is almost basically like a dialogue drill. What we're trying to learn and practice here is, I have a nanny nanny, what do you have? That's basically the only lyric in the song, okay? And what we're going to do now, okay, so we've listened to the song together and it's time to do the song together. So, what we're going to need, can we have 3 volunteers? Would anybody, alright, come on up. Matsky, would you like to come up? Alright, it's a bit of a boys club today, okay? Let's have the boys up, sit down fellas.
I'll sit down.
Sorry. We've got
Take a seat, son.
We've got the chairs on there. And with this activity, so when we came up with this, we wanted to come up with an activity that was going to be good to practice target language, something that's going to be good for the kids to do. So what we did was we headed down to the local 100-yen shop because we're not keen on spending money, and we picked up some bags for ourselves. So all of our students can go and get a bag.
Thank you.
And And of course, normally in class when we're handing things out, we're going to practice language, you know, bag, here you are, thank you, you're welcome, all this sort of stuff. We're going to include all that language in it. And everybody's got their set of cards there. All right, all the students, I want you to put all your cards down in front of you. Do I have any cards?
Right there, mate.
Thank you. Very much. Okay. Let's do the song together, shall we? Let's go. Here we go.
I want to be like you guys.
Got some peer pressure going on there, mate.
Yeah. These are very nice bags for the 100 yen store.
They're not bad, are they? They go right in the old Hessian bag. All right. Hello, everybody. I have a pencil. Let's put it in our bag. I have a pencil. What do you have? I have a pencil. What do you have? I have a pencil. What do you have? Put it in my bag. And what I like to do with my kids as well, just to make the game a little bit more exciting, is I like to stop the music there and say, what do you think's going to be next? Because this gives us an opportunity to practice a bit more language.
Ruler.
Ruler. Marker.
Notebook.
What about you guys? What do you think's going to be next? We've got Notebook, marker, stapler, paper, and ruler.
Paper,
Paper,
marker, ruler,
ruler.
color.
Okay. That's this. Here we go.
Oh, look! I have a ruler.
A ruler. Beep, 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 beep. We got a winner.
I have a ruler, what do you have? I have a ruler, what do you have? I have a ruler, what do you have? Put it in my bag.
And I would stop the music again when we keep playing the game normally.
Notebook, guys.
We got a notebook.
I have a notebook, what do you have? I have a notebook, what do you have? I have a notebook, what do you have? Put it in my bag.
Okay, so let's imagine we're for time constraints. So we finished the game, that's all good. Everybody's got all their cards in their bag and that sort of stuff. And that's great. The song's helped us learn the language, that's been all good, but we're going to keep learning the language. We're going to do something interesting now. Take all your cards out, put them down in front of you again. Let's play a game. So let's continue, let's expand upon what we're doing in the song and let's continue learning the target language. We're going to play a game with BJ Sensei.
Yes.
Have you got stuff in your bag?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so BJ Sensei's got some cards in his bag here. He's going to pull a card out.
I'm going to pull a card out to hide it from everybody.
Alright. What's going to happen? I want you. What card do you think BJ Sensei has? Everybody, I want you to choose the card that you think BJ Sensei has and hold it up. Alrighty.
What do you have?
I have paper.
Some paper.
Some
yeah.
paper. Okay.
What, and then, student, can you please ask the next student?
Oh, sure. What do you have?
I have a pencil. And what do you have?
I have a marker.
Alright.
Yeah.
Everybody, all the students, let's ask BJ Sensei, what
What do you have?
I have a pencil.
Ah.
Oh.
This bloke, he's just about wetting his pants, he's so happy that he's just won the game, alright? And let's do one more.
Okay.
Let's do one more. Alright, students, you take out one card as well.
Okay, I have a stapler.
Hang on.
Oh, you have to start.
We're practicing language here. I know you're a good speaker, but we're practicing language here.
What do you have, Matt?
I have a stapler. What do you have?
I have a marker. Well, what do you have?
I have a marker too.
Oh, that's advanced. Here we go.
Would you like to ask me?
Yeah, everybody, what?
What
What
do
do
you
you
have?
I have a stapler. We have a winner.
Alright, and we've run through that. We do that a couple of times as a teacher. The kids understand how the game works, and then what we do is we say, alright, Duncan, it's your turn. You're going to come up the front and be the teacher. And then Duncan's going to choose which card comes out when we do that. And you can see through the song, we've practiced the target language a lot through the song. We did it together with the bags, and then we've done this game. We're really using the language a lot, and the kids learn the language very quickly when you learn to incorporate games like that and activities is what I like to call them. Incorporate activities like that into what you're doing, okay? Let's give our volunteers a huge round of applause. They've done an outstanding job.
And these activities work really well in big classes too. Thanks, chuck them in the bag. I teach in preschool, so I've got like up to 30 kids in a class. So you can, all these activities, or everything that we're talking about today works just as well in those big classes as it does in small classes like these fine three gentlemen.
Okay, let's move on, we've got a lot to cover. Okay, so the second component is our talk time, which is basically, this is modelling the conversation, the target language of a particular unit. So we all know by now that the target language for this particular unit is, I have a nanny nanny, what do you have, okay? And that's here. And what we've got here is it's available in audio format. Okay, so if you, for example, wanted to, have I got books? In your classes, for example, if you wanted to have kids just looking at the page, if you wanted to have kids looking at the page, you know, what's Mr. Orange saying to Miss Red? And what's Miss Red saying to Mr. Orange? If If you wanted to do it from that, a traditional kind of listening activity with the audio, it's available in an audio format so that you can do that.
Talk time. What do you have?
I have a notebook.
Okay, look at the picture and get the kids to tell you what are they talking about, what's each character saying, etc., etc. We also made the talk time sections in the videos because I think a really important thing when teaching kids is showing kids language in context. We know ourselves as language learners, you know, some of us here have learnt Japanese, some of us here have learnt English as a second language. What's happening around you in the context of what's going on is such a huge part of actually being able to understand and learn language. So the videos, we thought, is a really good way to show kids the language in context, and it engages them as well.
Talk time. What do you have?
I have a notebook.
Okay, they're very short, they're very simple, but they serve the purpose that they're set out to serve. So that's our talk time component. Now we've got our stories. Now what our stories do is link and recycle language. So the story puts everything together that we've been learning, the vocabulary, the target language that we're learning, and it'll also review language that we've learnt previously in books, okay? Songs, talk time, story time, all teach the same language, reviewing and reinforcing the target language. So we're really trying to focus on a specific piece of target language in a unit so that we can teach that to our kids. Kids are able to see the target language used in context, in the story, helps with understanding and meaning, and reviews language from current and previous units. Okay? And as I mentioned before, we've got the story in 4 different formats. The format from the book itself, we've got videos for the stories, we've got stories available in tablet versions as well, and we've got audio for the stories as we've just heard. Okay? Here's an example of the video version of a story. Well, this story for this unit.
School is fun. Miss Pink is at school today. I like school. It's fun. I have 3 rulers. I have a blue ruler, a yellow ruler, and a brown ruler. Mr. Orange is at school today too. A, B, C, D. I like school. It's fun. I have 4 markers.
Okay, so you can see in this, we're practicing the target language from this unit, we're practicing colours and numbers from previous stuff. Okay? And this is just a quick example of the tablet versions that we've put together. Miss Pink is at school today. I like school, it's fun. I have 3 rulers. I have a blue ruler. What colour's the next ruler?
Orange.
I have a yellow ruler. What colour's the last ruler?
Brown.
Red.
I have a brown ruler. I like to do that when I read when I read stories to kids, you know. Again, it just gets them engaged, they get into it. Okay, so that's an example of the tablet version. Then we've got our supplementary section here. So in this particular unit, we're studying numbers 1 to 20. Numbers appear in 3 different units per book. 1 to 10, 1 to 20, and then the last one is multiples of 10, 10 to 100. Okay? And We've got phonics, 3 phonemes in each unit that we come along to, and that's also available with an audio chant for our flashcards and with video.
Hey there, kids. In a big voice, repeat after me. Moo.
Here we go. Moo.
Notebook.
Notebook.
Orange.
Orange.
Good job. Let's do this one more time.
And we'll go through and do another rotation of that, okay? Activities, I spoke about the activities before. They're all being designed so that 3 to 5-year-olds can do them. It's up to you as a teacher to enhance them and enrich them as much as you think is appropriate for a certain class. We're running out of time, but something very important I want to talk about. So the books can be used in any order. It's green, orange, and blue. All classes, so in my school, for example, this is the reason, this is the part where I'm talking about one of the things we've wanted to do with the books is solve problems for our chirometers. At my school, all my kindergarten classes are on the same book at the same time. And the reason that we've just put this together in this way is that when Takehiro's in Friday 3:30 class and he wants to change to Monday 4:30, the Monday 4:30 class is on exactly the same book, doing exactly the same unit at exactly the same time, so he can move straight into that class and away he goes, no problem at all. Okay, it's not one of these systems where he's in the Friday class, they're on book 1, and Mum wants to move him into the Monday class that's on book 2, and Mum says, oh, there's no way Takehiro can do book 2. My kid's an idiot. You know, he's only on book 1. There's no possible way that he can move into book 2. So there's that perception with Japanese parents, okay? Well, it completely eliminates that. It eliminates you scheduling, having scheduling problems and putting kids into different classes, okay? Okay, this is another important thing with that. Fundamentals are recycled throughout the course. Parents expect children to know fundamentals such as colours, numbers, feelings, all that kind of stuff. We all know that the important things that we need to teach because our parents expect their kids to know that. All these things are recycled throughout all of the books, but they're presented in completely different ways. For example, phonics is presented in every book, okay? But in every book, it's a different anchor word, it's a different chant, they're presented in a completely different way, okay? And we're teaching phonics in kindergarten. We're not teaching phonics intensively. The idea of it really is we're spending probably 5 minutes on it a class. The idea is by the time we get to Ichinense, Shogaku Ichinense, if our kids know 80% of their phonics, we've completely broken the back of the whole job that we have to do in Ichinense. We're not intensively teaching it, okay? So we're going to teach it over a 3-year period, all right? So the fundamentals, all those things are recycled throughout each book. Great for student retention, okay? Keep students in your school, and you can place students in any class at any time of the year because, let's just move on. So you'll notice Akane's up here, okay? Well, here's Akane. In Unit 1, we've taught colours, we've taught the phonics ABC, Unit 2, D, E, F, and in Unit 3, we've taught 1 to 10 and G, H, I, okay? But Akane joins our school in July. Now, colours is something extremely fundamentally important that parents absolutely expect that kids must learn. In a traditional 1, 2, 3 kind of book setup, if Akane joins here, and we've taught colours here, she's missed colours. So where does she learn colours? Well, in these books, in every book, colours appears again in Unit 10. So she'll get a chance to learn her colours here in Unit 10. And if she joined in March, when we start the new book in April, she'll get a chance to learn colours here. And the same with all the numbers, the same with feelings, the same with colours. But again, I stress to you that it's all presented in a different way. For example, the colours songs, all different songs, all different graphics, it's all new. So for the kids that already know it, it's good review. These sorts of things we can never review enough. And for the kids who have joined here, they get a chance to learn it somewhere along. So all your kids will always know their fundamentals within a couple of months. Okay, and that was a big problem that when we put this course together, that's something that we wanted to solve for our school. The scheduling thing and the thing of being able to put kids in classes at any time of the year. And we've got lots of downloadable materials. Like I said, we've got flashcards, we've got student incentive pads. So at my school, when we finish a class, the kids get a sticker. So we've made up monster sticker sheets. So if their favourite character is Miss Pink, they can have a Miss Pink sheet and get a Miss Pink thing. We made the student cards. You saw today how we use the student cards to play activities and stuff like that. They're really good for that. Tablet stories. The audio is also downloadable. If you're a bit of a dinosaur like me and you like to use things offline instead of relying on the network all the time, you can actually download the audio. At my school, I have a CD player and an SD card. I set up all my track lists at the beginning of the year and away we go. It's all done. Also, we've got downloadable. This is a parent's explanation letter that explains to parents exactly how a unit of the book works. How to use the QR codes, all that sort of stuff. So that's downloadable on the website as well. You can print that out. It's generic. There's no school named on it or anything like that. You can give it out to your parents and it'll explain exactly what happens. Okay? And that's about it for us. We've got through it all. We managed to get through it all. We managed to have a 5-minute conversation with Matt at the beginning of the presentation and still get through the presentation. So we've done pretty well. We've got a table downstairs. If you're interested in anything we've talked about today, please come and see us. Follow us on our socials at Fun Kids English, or check out our website, funkidsenglish.com. And all the downloadable stuff you can find on our website. Okay? But before we go, we should say goodbye. Thanks for coming, everybody. It's nice to see. We did go. We went okay, didn't we? We had a good time. So thanks for coming along. Let's all sing the goodbye song together before we go. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming, everybody. Nice to see you.
Goodbye, goodbye, see you again. Goodbye, goodbye, see you, my friends.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Goodbye, goodbye, see you again. Goodbye, goodbye, see you, my friends.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Goodbye, goodbye, see you again. Goodbye, goodbye, see you, my friends.